is, wow, I can get on with my business day. My downloads are quicker, my uploads are quicker. I don't have to worry about a carrier, one of my ISPs, having a difficulty in their day. My employees can keep working. And working quicker, smarter is what they're trying to accomplish these days. And Sharedband answers that for them.
But you see, Chris, there is another problem. Maybe, I don't know whether a super frame can address it, but the ISPs, when they promise to deliver certain bandwidth or certain speed to the consumer, normally doesn't actually quite reach that maximum or quite hit the maximum. So would that somehow affect the super frame and what it promises to deliver?
Sure. So super frame can only deliver over and above what the ISP is delivering. So if the infrastructure the ISP has is slow, inherently slow, then Superframe can multiply that and hopefully make it better for the business.
So make up for the slowness.
Correct. And that's a challenge that happens all across the world with DSL and cable services these days. So it's nothing new in the Philippines.
It's not a Philippine situation.
No, not at all. Not at all. But businesses have to move on. They need technology to make their businesses better, and that's their goal, to be an entrepreneur and grow and be profitable.
Would that actually, or would it render Superframe obsolete if the ISP said, "Oh, just increase our bandwidth and we wouldn't charge you more"? I mean, would it lead to that situation where they feel that Superframe might actually be inimical to their interests?
Thankfully, that likely will not happen. I think as consumers and the internet is growing, we look to the internet to deliver more content to us. So today, it's an interesting story. The original inventor of this used dial-up. So if we compare dial-up from the good old days 20 years ago to DSL, Superframe is still relevant. And the speed difference is enormous. And I think it will continue to grow. Our demand for content, our demand for more bandwidth will continue to grow, and Superframe can support that.
Is Superframe now just catering to enterprises? What about government agencies and how they deliver services as well through the internet?
Sure. So within the government, they too have to communicate between their branch offices. They have to communicate with consumers, and bandwidth is a key driver for that. So absolutely, government is a key customer for us to be able to do that. Business is also important as well.
And you have government clients abroad as well?
Yes.
Who may these be, if you don't mind?
Oh, well, different government branches, let's say for a housing company or a branch of government that looks after housing for citizens. And what they need to do there is they need to bring bandwidth to low-cost rent areas where they can service their constituents in that area. And bandwidth is not very prevalent in those areas, so Superframe enables them to get bandwidth.
I actually remember reading somebody's tweet the other day, and he was commenting that his mobile 3G connection was actually much faster than his home DSL connection. So would you think that the best combination or the best bandwidth to actually put together in a Superframe would be 3G and not DSL? I mean, better in terms of being able to exploit the speed.
Absolutely, and I think that goes to the market that you're in. So if you're in a market where 3G is available and it's fast like your friends, then that's great, and you can bond that with a cable internet, or you might bond that with a DSL. You may be in a different market, such in the US, they're looking at rolling out LTE with DSL. So I think that goes to with the infrastructure that's available from your carrier.
Of course, LTE now is like pardon the expression, a pipe dream, because it's not actually there yet. I mean, most areas don't even have 4G or LTE. But once it does roll out and once it becomes more prevalent, do you think that will negate the need for a Superframe?
I think it goes back to our demand for internet. our content. We need more, both for our business and for delivering our business. And LTE, we're rolling that out in Canada now in some of the major cities.
Yeah.
It's answering that demand for more bandwidth.
Yeah.
Will LTE be the end story? We'll probably need more bandwidth, more than LTE, and we'll have faster speeds in the future.
So in the sense that LTE will already deliver faster or has bigger bandwidth, you can still use LTE and merge it into a super frame.
Yes.
Wow. So eventually you're looking at, I mean, what would be theoretically now the maximum broadband speed for a super frame? Say that's already out there.
Well, just looking in the local market here, if we were to take 4 business DSL circuits,
Yeah.
and we can generate a 24 meg broadband pipe into a business, that can really change the way the business works. In other markets, we have 27 meg DSL circuits, and we can bring 100 megs into a business.
Wow.
So it really depends both on the telecom services that are available in a market, but we can, with the bonding of the super frame, we can make that better.
Are you offering that to any of the broadcast companies here in the Philippines?
We're in discussions currently with a number of them to see if it can work within their networks for sure, and then also help to educate them and say this is how we can deploy it so your customers can benefit from it.
Is ABS-CBN one of them?
I don't know.
And that, my friends, is the end of the story. Well, Chris, very interesting and very promising, I'm sure, for a lot of enterprises that would want to increase their bandwidth. How soon is the super frame going to exist in the Philippines, or is it already here? I mean, has somebody started already?
It's been here for 6 months. We've been testing testing different beta customers, ensuring that it works with the infrastructure that we find here in the Philippines, making sure that the customers are benefiting from the super frame technology, and we've been successful in all fronts there. Now the next thing, now that the technology has been proven here, is to see how the most cost-effective way to deploy it into the market so that the customers can access it readily and then get it quickly.
All right. Could we ask you to test it here in ABS-CBN?
Certainly can. Happy to do that.
For no charge?
No charge for testing.
That's the important thing we need to know. Chris, thanks very much for coming to Future Perfect, and good luck to the super frame. Hopefully it does start a new industry standard for all enterprises.
Thanks for having me today.
And so to come on Future Perfect, a mobile news application covers all the bases and a look at brand new cameras to drool over.